It is difficult to aware how a later 19-year-old Ben Francis had the period or the power to get Gymshark up and fleeing. Time lot youthful entrepreneurs include to conjure fleeing their begin up in keeping downward a 9 to 5 work, behind in 2012 Ben was a complete time undergraduate by date, and a pizza supply man by overnight. I'd wake up and go to Aston College in Birmingham, later complete uni previous afternoon, and job at Pizza Hut of 5 p.m. plow 10 p.m., he says. I could reply emails on Gymshark in among deliveries. Later I'd go household and kind out the website, and style new means. Following 2 grueling year of the, in yearly rental income of his born industry affecting and spectacular £250,000, Ben abandoned both of college and the planet of pizzas to attention on his business. Quick forward to present, and Gymshark expects circulation the year to achieve £100 meter. Ben set up the industry in 2012. It is equitable to say how the enterprising flame was already flaming in his stomach. As a youthful adolescent he set up a website how sold out car license sheet. A acute gymnastics goer, he later constructed and start up 2 iPhone suitability monitoring apps, one of that gained him about £8,000. The concept for Gymshark accompanied, and on the internet retailer industry designed at suitability fanatics how initially sold out public health supplements. I was departure to the gym and mainly was concerned in, and requested to be implicated in, the suitability production, he says. I requested to unite how in manufacturing a business website. While Ben found how the income margins of marketing the supplements were too cheap, he dived in else region, clothes. I recall looking about, and I couldn't discover any clothes I requested to carry, he says. So I told, allows do it ourselves. Enlisting the assist of his sibling, and a team of friends, Ben purchased a garment car and display printing device, and begun to do gym vests and t-shirts in his parents' parking garage. My nan done curtains, so she learned me how to stitch, he says. I recall thought we had 10 orders to do, and to do 12 to 15 means it would get largest of the date. But it was so lot fun training. Now 26, Ben admits how following Gymshark at first excited in clothes down there was no instant great schedule concerning increasing the industry. It was more than a instance of I very wish to carry the, so I done he says. And so the business begun to do flesh constructor vests how adjusted thin younger generation, since largest on the marketplace were intended for older men who had already constructed up their brawn great bulk. Ben adds how he would as well wonder on how lot to cost items. It was virtually a instance of which would we wish to pay for thing, he says. Down there was no deliberate attitude. We were love, we would pay £20. 6 years after, Gymshark now has more than rather than 1.2 million customers, and 215 employees at its Solihull staff in the Western Midlands. So how has the company been capable to increase so rapidly? In brief, it has been a really no customer of public print. More than particularly Gymshark solved it would email complimentary clothes to key influencers, visible flesh builders and some suitability fanatics, such as Lex Griffin and Nikki Blackketter. The expect was how such a stars would say favorably on the means to their followers on YouTube and Instagram. The concept treated superior rather than Gymshark could include dreamed, and turnover quickly skyrocketed. At the identical period it treated difficult to provide its own public print accounts were as exciting and visible as probable. Present it has 2.4 million followers on Instagram and 1.5 million on Facebook. More than newly the company has detained events about the planet, attractive fans of the mark to encounter several of its influencers. Hundreds of human beings characteristically visit. Else key element in the ongoing successful of Gymshark is earning in a more than skilled couple of hands to assist Ben run the industry. Sports clothes production vet Steve Hewitt united as operating CEO in 2015, Up Creature taking into account the head execution name in April recent year. Ben Remnant the most proprietor, in Mr. Hewitt and head strategy official Gender Richardson as well possessing significant stakes. L stockholder is Ben's boyfriend Lewis Morgan, who helping to start Gymshark, but left word the industry a few year back. Emily Sutherland, a features author at Trading Ammunition Depot Drapers, says Gymshark's use of public print influencers has been key to its successful. This influencers offer shopping a cause to buy in Gymshark above some brands, since they sense a private connect, she says. Ms. Sutherland adds how, since Gymshark is an on the internet only and straight to consumer mark, it is capable to stay agile, respond rapidly to marketplace changes, and isn't weighted downward by costly keep expenses. As for the next, the schedule is to extend Gymshark's across the sea turnover. Already 40% of its turnover go of the US, and it urged to include 25 world nation specific on the internet store by 2020, up of 11 at this. The business may as well outdoor its at first bricks and mortar keep. I don't go trading really frequently, but I'm thought of the top way to do a constant position sometime, says Ben. I'm not certainly, we'd requirement a lot of area. I wish to do a cold purpose.